Hello everybody. Today we are going to start with chapter 13, which is on trends in computing and ethical issues. In today's lesson we will be basically concentrating in trends in computing. Now, trends in computing means what are the new technologies that are coming into computer science, and how it is growing and evolving and occupying more and more importance in our day-to-day life. So let us start with the chapter, and slowly this is just the introductory part. You can just go through that. Let us see what are the new technologies that are into the computing science. What are the trends in computing? The field of computer technology is ever evolving field. From the bulky room-sized machines to today's smartphones fitting on the palm, the growth of computers is phenomenal. Throughout the development of the computer, various people have made contributions affecting the way a computer works. In this section, let us talk about some recent trends. So this is how the computer has evolved from a bulky room-sized machine to a palm top or a smartphone. And you should keep in mind that evolution in the technology is always a necessity. It's from a necessity of some very serious concern. Usually it is national security or world security, military security, and what we use day to day to life is just a byproduct of those research works. The most important and the most common that we always heard of is the artificial intelligence. Now, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is the ability of a person or a of a machine or a computer program to think and learn. So we are born, human beings are born with intelligence of our own, and a machine is a non-living thing who does not have a brain, but it is very accurate and it has memory power which surpasses that of human beings. So if the intelligence of human beings can be given to a computer, so then that is the best combination that can happen. So that is how we are going to make a machine think like humans. That is called artificial intelligence. Now, how are we going to create intelligence? Take a very small example. When you write a program to find whether a number is a prime number or not. Okay, now when you are given to do it manually, not through a computer program, you think that let us see how many factors it has and how many I'm getting. If it is 0, then it is a prime number. If it has more than 2 prime numbers, more than 2 factors, then it is not a prime number. So this is how we are thinking. Now, how we are going to write a program? We are going to write a program to find out what are the factors of a number. Then we are going to count the factors. Then we are going to use a if to see whether the number of factors is 2 or more than 2. If it is 2, then we say it is a prime number. If it is more than 2, then we say it is not a prime number. So this small code that you have written, it's making your computer think like a human being. What you would think, it is going to think accurately and faster than human beings, isn't it? So that is a artificial intelligence that you have given to your machine, to your program. Now, what we write is just like baby programs in the field of artificial intelligence. In the artificial intelligence, the hardware, the entire computer is thinking like human beings, and the programs, and it is interacting with other external environment. Okay, so that is it's a huge level, but programming is just the stepping stones to that. So an AI based program and technology should bring out these things. Firstly, it should be able to mimic human process thought, so like we do. Behavior, learning from mistakes, catching up with new ideas, learning new things from new exposure, etc. Now this field is now a highly evolving field, and it is known as machine learning. Machine learning is recognizing handwritten scripts and converting into digitally typed documents. It can find out, so it can you have to make the computer first learn that this is 8, this is also 8, this is also 8, this is also 8. So the computer is like a child, like a small infant. We keep teaching the kid that, see, this is called a pencil, this is a pencil, this is a pen. So we have to, like, if you want to teach your program how to recognize a pen and decipher it from a pencil, then you have to give the program thousands and thousands of pictures of pen and pencil and say this is pen, and label it with pen. So the program is going to see one picture and see what is the corresponding label that you've given. So this is pen. So you're giving thousands and thousands, in lakhs. The more the information you give, more number of inputs you give, that is known as the learning data. So the more you give, the more it learns better, and then it starts guessing on its own. Then we give some unknown pictures and it starts guessing, and then we feed the machine again. Now see, these are the mistakes they have made, that what you said was pen is actually pencil. So it does some calculations, some rectifications in its numerical factors, and then learns, okay, this is not pen, this is pencil. This is all digital, all in terms of numbers. It's a beautiful and it's a very, very promising field now, machine learning, data science. So so this artificial intelligence has gone to that level. See, and secondly, it should be intelligent, rational, and ethical. So this is so like we learn from experience, the machine is also learning from experience. If you give 1 lakh input data, learning data, so it has 1 lakh experiences, so it's learning from the experience. So when, we have the first social humanoid robot, Sophia. So now see, when Sophia was the first time when it started interacting with the outside world, she must have given some unsynchronized reaction, but you don't know that Sophia is constantly in touch with human beings, talking to them, and there is always someone who is telling Sophia that no, this is right, this is wrong, and maybe that person's voice is synchronized and fed into the machine, which is taken as direct input into the machine. So Sophia by this time is a much more matured and accurate, more human-like than the first day she interacted with the outside world. So you see, so like here serials, like the most simple this AI robot I will give is Google speech recognition. You say hello Google, and the Google search opens, okay, and then whatever you want to search, you're supposed to speak in front of the microphone. Now suppose you are looking for something like, suppose Tesla, okay, and you say Tesla and it types TESTA, okay. So now it has your voice input as well as what output the Google has given. Now if you go, that is, if you click on go, then it is going to learn, okay, so this pronunciation is also Testa, TESTA, but you will not go for that. You want Tesla, so you will make the corrections. So you make the correction, you change the T to L, and then you go for the search button, so it takes those changes. So when you go, it actually saves that this voice input corresponds to this spelling. Another experience for Google speech recognition. So this is how the Google is also a machine, and it is constantly learning. If you use Google Photos, you must have seen that they recognize people from photographs. They ask you to recognize it is the same person. But I get those options. Google Photos just tell me there are few um, verifications to be done. So the first time it actually asks who is this person, and enter the name of that person. Now in Google Photos, photos are automatically uploaded. You don't have to upload, and as soon as it uploads, it matches the face with your saved name. You won't believe I have faced a situation where it has compared and correctly recognized a person from his childhood photograph. Somehow, old photographs were scanned and uploaded. It recognized accurately that this person, what I had given as input was the recent photograph of the person with the name. And Google is asking me, is this person and this person same? It is giving me the photo of those two photos and circling putting a circle around the face and saying, is these two people same? So as soon as I say yes, so whatever software it had used to compare a person's face of recent and a smaller size 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it says, okay, this logic is working, so let's try more. So can you imagine, I'm only one and I'm uploading so many photos every day, and everybody in around the world is using Google and Google Photos. So how much experience is that machine having, that every minute, every milliseconds, it is getting an experience. This is right, this is wrong, and instantly it is making changes in its parameters. So this is how the machine is learning. And as time flies, the machine becomes more and more human-like. Siri and Alexa, these are like household personal assistants, and they speak to the people, and they know that this is somebody from house, within the house somebody is speaking, somebody's outside, so outsider is speaking. So that is also from experience. For the first time, when you bring Siri or Alexa to your house, you will have some problem. Okay, you will say something, it will listen something else. You will have some synchronization problem, but you will see as time flows by, your Siri or Alexa is becoming more and more accurate. Whatever you say, it catches the correct idea at the first time itself. So it is also learning from experience. So like human beings, these machines are also learning, and learning from experience, from every day, every input that you give. Now you must be thinking, what is the advantage? Why is Google giving us this? What will Google get with this? Google sells all data and uses everything to create new technology, which is being used by other bigger industries. We are just the data that Google gets from us, it gets it for free, otherwise it would cost a huge amount of money. So Google is actually giving us free services which we like, we enjoy, but these data is used by Google to develop and create more accurate machines. It is predicted that in the coming 5 to 10 years, AI will grow tremendously. AI-based machines will now write translating languages, writing school essays, and driving trucks. Now, driving trucks and writing school essays, I know of people who are into this research work of, teaching a machine to read a paragraph, okay, and relate to the pronouns used in the paragraph. So suppose I say that Priyanka is late to school today. She missed the bus in the morning. Now who is this she? This she is Priyanka. So this is a very simple language, simple sentence that I've given, but it is it this like human beings, the computer will also be able to match the pronouns with the correct person. So this is and there are many other, there are people working on people working on to teach a computer to see a video or listen to a video and tell whether the video contains any English language, or it contains Hindi language, or all or both, or what are the different languages spoken in that video. Instead of manually doing it, the computer is going to just do it for them. Even if there is bird sound in the video or not, or there is a monkey sound or not, or a human being speaking in the video or not. So just like human beings. However, more complicated tasks like operating in place of the surgeon and coming out with heart-touching emotional books or bestsellers, etc., will take machines some more decades. But people are working on it. Now comes Internet of Things. Internet of Things is, basically when devices, upload data and transmit between two devices to control something, is known as Internet of Devices. Like a person, like if the example given here, a person was able to monitor his home through his smartphone even while he himself was in another city. So monitor his home from smartphone, that means here the AC, the refrigerator, or the security camera, and everything is communicating with the smartphone. So how is this happening? So the AC, the refrigerator, the security camera, they all have another device or another machine inside it which uses the internet. So the person has to keep the internet on, otherwise how will the devices communicate? They are going to upload the data automatically without any human intervention. That is the purpose. And it is going to come to his smartphone, and the person is going to see what is happening. So if I want to turn off the refrigerator for today, then I will just switch on off, and that message is going to go from his smartphone through the internet to the device that is attached to his refrigerator and turn it off. So these are all smart things he has to install. It cannot be done with the regular ones. So these are highly expensive things, but yes, who can afford, they are using it. You must have seen that advertisement also, where a very well-known Bollywood star turns on and off the AC from the airport, which is AC is installed at home. So that is an example of IoT, or Internet of Things. It's a new age technology and allows computing devices that can be programmed and connect to internet, such as smart home appliances like refrigerators, air conditioners, heart monitoring chip. So suppose there is an old person, senior citizen at home, and the person who looks after that person, senior citizen, is not at home, is away, but still he or she can monitor the heart monitor of the person, and if he feels it's emergency, will rush back home, or call the doctor, or whatever actions to be taken. To transfer data over the internet, like internet, without requiring human to human or human computer interaction. So these are the practical applications of IoT. Okay, so these are high-end smart appliances and devices that can be used. So you can just go through them. Then we come to virtual reality. Now this is something we have been using, that we have this VR glasses, or there's a Science City, there is one game where you are asked to get inside a train bogie, and it moves and turns around, and you have and 3D movie is turned on in front of you, and you feel like you're in a roller coaster ride, and you have all kinds of experiences like motion and sound and visual, everything. And so that is it's a virtual thing that is being created around you, and you cannot interact with that. It is pre-designed and pre-planned and pre-shot and pre-scripted. This is very important. Here things are appear real, but everything is pre-scripted, pre-shot, and you cannot alter things interactively. Okay, whatever happens, you have to see and you have to experience and enjoy. Okay, now that is virtual reality. And there are many other senses now, getting involved. 4D, 10D, 8D. So sight, hearing, touch, even smell are being used. So that is sensory synchronicity, using all sensories that is possible. These are some examples. VR headset. If you have seen a VR headset, it's like a big thick glass. You wear it as a headgear, and inside that you put inside your mobile phone and turn on a VR 3D video, and then instead of you can see the entire 3D video inside that VR headgear. Then you have some others. Gloves, those who play those lawn tennis, table tennis, so those gloves have sensory devices. And instrumented and sensory VR bodysuit is body fitted and sensors. It's basically for monitoring all the vital organs of the body, and virtually generator and fitted with sensors all over the bodysuit that are able to translate every body movement digitally and reflect them into a virtually generated environment like this one. Okay, this is what they are seeing. We can't see it, but see, they are using these VR glasses and they are seeing this. So this is virtual reality. These are some examples of virtual reality. The pilots, when they are given the training for flying a plane, obviously in the first go they are not given the real flight, isn't it? Otherwise, if something happens, the whole flight will come down. So they are given this VR environment and they fly the plane over there. Even railway engineers who drive the train, they are also they give their test and the examinations, and all trainings are done on these VR setups. Then comes augmented reality. This is something very new. One example is Pokemon Go. Now see, this person has kept the camera on, okay, and whatever is in the reality, the scenery is coming at the real one, okay, around, and this part has been virtually added. So basically what is happening is what the software is doing, it is fixing any point that when this comes very near, or suppose Pokemon is here, the computer decides, then basically the person has to run up to this space, and it will say that the Pokemon is here, so you got the Pokemon. So this is reality and this is virtual, and you see this virtual thing has been planted into the reality. So that is augmented reality. It is an extension of the reality around you. Reality is 75% of it, and this is around 25% of it. Augmented reality is a technology that transforms the views of physical real world environment with superimposed computer generated images, thus changing the perception of reality. There are many devices, see, mobile devices, and then AR glasses, special AR devices, VRD, image projecting. Okay. And this is a very important difference table between augmented reality and virtual reality. Okay. See, here it's just the opposite. In VR, 75% is virtual and only 25% is real. What is real about it? That you are sitting on the seat and you are holding on to the seat tightly if it is a roller coaster ride, but everything is virtual. The scenery, the motion, the passing of train, and the environment, everything is virtual. Okay, here everything is real. What is in the background scene, the area, or the location where you are, you're moving around, your the front view is changing, so is in your game. Only this is getting placed according to the software programming. So here 75% is real and only 25% is virtual. So these are some new technologies that we have learned today. I will keep it till here. In the next class we can continue after this. So I would suggest that you go through these portions once more, and whatever new devices that has been mentioned in all the technologies, you just you can Google those devices as to how it looks and how it works, and you can get a better idea of the trends in computing. Thank you.